Okay, so next what we're going to do is we're going to create legends. We're going to create a legend of our doors and windows that we have in the project. To do that, we can either go to the project browser there, right click legend and click on new, or we can go back to the view tab, create, and there's our legends there. So first thing we're shown is the dialog box just to enter in the information. We can either enter it in now or at a later date. It's not a problem. First thing will be the name. So this will be our door and window legend. We can choose a scale here. Again, if not, we can choose the custom. And the scale we'll be using is a 1 to 20. And press OK. And this here is our legend drawing space where we will place our components. So to place in the components, we'll go to the Annotate tab. Here in the Detail panel, earlier on we were using the Detail component and the Repeating Detail component. Just below that is the Legend component, so we will open that. In here in the Options bar, first we have our list of families that are in the actual project themselves. Next is the view, so the different ways that we can display it, so floor plan, elevation, front and back, then the host length. So with the host length, if I choose for an example just a typical wall, right now that wall's length is 914 millimeters 0.4, so that's where I could change the length of that wall to 2 meters. So that's what the host length is referring to. What we're going to do is we're going to add in all of our doors and windows. So the external door type 1, our 3 door types, and our 2 window types. So if we scroll up, first thing on the left hand side is the name of the family. So we'll go up to doors. Then we'll find the external door type 1. So the external door type 1 here is the doors double glass 1. So we didn't rename that when we placed it. So if we now go back, just double escape, we'll go back to our ground floor plan, open up the ground floor. There's our EDT01. If we select it, go to edit type, rename, and type in EDT01. So we've renamed the external door component itself. And we'll now go back to our door and window legend. So back to the project browser, down to legends, double tap door and window, open up our legend component, go back to the family selection and come down, and there's our EDT-01. So we'll select it. So we're going to change our view to elevation front, and the host length is 1950. And click to place. So we'll do the same again, legend component, and bring in DT01. DT02 and DT03. As well, we will bring in our window type, so we'll scroll down to window type 1, window type 2. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add in some information to our legend. If you want to open up the PDF 027 D and W legend, this is what we're aiming for. So what I've done is I've placed a couple of dimensions. I've done a floor level with a dashed line. I've added in some text. So this is our next task. So first thing we want to do is line all of the doors up so they're on the same line. What we'll do is go to the second door, click and drag until we get that temporary dimension. And same with the windows. So next I want to place a detail line as my floor level. So go back to the detail panel, select detail line, go to line styles, and use this hidden line. Not the hidden lines, but the hidden. And I also want to copy that down to the underside of the windowsill. And I know that all of my windows are 900 mil from the ground floor level. So I'm going to select the line, use the move tool, and move it down 900. So there's my floor level and my window above it. Next, I'm going to add some dimensions to all of the doors and windows. So in the dimension panel there, select the aligned, and we want the heights and widths. Remembering that if I want a vertical dimension, I've got to get the horizontal blue line. So now that you have the dimensions placed, next we're going to place some text below. So in our text panel, we'll select text and just click underneath. So I'm going to turn on my bold and underlined as well as my caps. So my first one there is the external door type. And the door type is EDT-01. I'm going to highlight it and turn off bold and italics. As well, what I would like to do is go back to my schedule, open up the door schedule, and look at the quantity. So I've got 4 of those. So what I'm going to do is add in the quantity, like so. And I'm now going to copy it below every other door, having multiple on so you can do it multiple times. And then we have door type 1. Door type 2. Door type 3. So now we'll just change the quantity. So I'll go back to the door schedule. So door type 1, we've got 11. Door type 2, we have 4. Yeah. And door type 3, we have 2. And we can copy the text down below. Now we have our window type. So I'm now going to go to my window schedule. So window type 1, I have 21. And window type 2, got 22. And for now, that is our door and window schedule. Later on, we're going to adjust it more when we finally place it on a sheet. For now, that is our schedules and legends.